Hi everyone, Killers here. So today I'm gonna do a new video review about Toa Gali Nuva, and this is the last one I will make. And this is about Onua Nuva. So just let me find him because again I do not own the canister or the instruction booklet. So because I bought it off eBay, if I remember correctly. So I'm just gonna show you the little pics right there with the secondary function of his tools, and then I'm before showing you the set, I'm just gonna show you the little booklet which was included with all the Toa Nuva sets. So with all the all that becomes the Toa Nuva when they fall into protodermis. And there you go, you have here the official initial position of Onua. Some pics of Titan set. And that's quite all, I think. And of course the Bionicle album, which I haven't seen the light of day finally because Interscope and Lego were not okay on some point, I think. So they decided to drop the project. And on the set itself, here it is. So as you can see, the shim color is black, all dark gray and silver, and some light gray for the gears again. So just do a little turnaround, and then I'm gonna oh, okay. I think I may have forget some parts. Yeah, I'm just gonna come back really quickly because I think I've forgotten some parts. So excuse me. So yeah, sorry. I think I've just forgot to because I will build it. I will build the Onua some time ago, and I think I just forget to build these little parts which are useful to put the weapon, the tools, excuse me, in the secondary function. So excuse me again for this little problem. And here we go. So I'm just gonna put off all the parts. As you can see, I have to put off the head part because it's directly linked to the armor. This time, remember, the old Onua Holda got his head on this axle, on this part, but because the armor is supposed to go here, this time they decided to put the head on the armor, but I will explain this later. As you can see, he's got some wide hips, as you can see right there, because of this part, because the two connectors put in this axis and not in this one. As you can also see, for arms, he got some Baroque arms and not some older arms, Nuva or not. So it's kind of strange, and it kind of gives him little arms. And this time he also got connector. Remember, the last time he got just two claws. Of course, as you can see, the mechanism is right there with this part, which is not the neck part, because the head go on the armor, on the chest armor part. The legs are the same as the other Nuva, but this time in all dark gray. And of course, the feet are usually the same as they were in the older form. Excuse me. And of course, like all the Toa Nuva, you can decide whether or not you choose to put two geared arms, so which can be spin with the rear gear, like that. So like the old school Onua. Or if you want to put this, part instead, and then just put this like that. Just put this like that, yeah. and then you can move the arm fully. So I decided to put this with this part because I prefer when I can move the two arms in a different way, but of course you can put this the way you want. And that's quite all for the initial frame, as you can see. Then I'm gonna put on the armor parts, so the chest armor first, with, as you can see, the same parts right here, with one axle on one side and one pin on the other. So it will be useful tooling the head. Then the shoulder armor. And then let me find the name of his tools. It's called the Quake Breakers, okay? More like a chainsaw for me, but I think chainsaw is kind of more violent than a Quake Breaker for kids, so anyway. Here I got some Quake Breakers, as you can see, with 3 pinholes and 1 axle. And here it is. So of course, like all the Nuva, you got two same weapon. Look kind of a warrior with this pose. And to put the head, you have to put first this little parts, and then the head itself. So with the dark green, trans dark green brain eyes, like this, and then the mask, the Toa Gali Nuva. And I'm not really fond of this mask because it really looks like a mess in my opinion, but I think that everyone got their own opinion about the Nuva mask, whether they like them or not. So I kind of like some of them, but not all of them, and this one in particular. Ken looks like he got a nose on the side anyway. And again, it's like the Poitou's mask. As you can see, the holes for the eyes are like wider than the eyes itself. As you can see, really wider, and on the back, the head is really little compared to the mask itself. And I think that's quite all. Yeah, so of course the articulation now, you can move the arm when spinning the gear, of course, so the old school gimmick, still here. You can also block if you put this part, and then you can just move this, move the arm with the 2 ball joint. The same for this one, as you can see. The head can turn like that because of the part used anyway, but I do not think it was meant for that anyway. But you can still turn the head, kind of weird anyway. The legs got more articulation than the other Nuva because of the axis they are put in, as you can see, because you can move clearly, do some pose like that, for example, which can be done with the other Nuva apart from Poitou, which got the same connectors, which got the connector but in the same axis. And I think that's all. So it's more articulated than the other Toa, and you can do some pose like that, like he's gonna attacking or running and attack. And of course, the secondary function of is a Quake Breaker, I think. You just have to put this like that, I think. I do not have the instruction booklet, so I can't figure it out. Just let me check. But yeah, I'm gonna put this like that, but maybe you have to put this, as you can see, right there, with the axle outside of the feet. But I would decide to just put this inside this time, so I do not know if this is the correct way or not, so excuse me for that. But anyway, it will look like quite the same. Okay. And here we go. It's got some nice ski or chainsaw, ski chainsaw, as you can see. Right there. And it looks quite nice in my opinion. Yeah, do some ski jumping, some ski chainsaw jumping. And that's all I think for Onua. So I do not have really much thing to say on about this set. Again, it's pretty much I think it's pretty much different than the other Nuvas because of the axis of the legs and of the arms itself and the position of the head also. So it's quite different than the other, but still got some similarities between them, of course. But I think they do quite a nice job, and the only drawback I have for this set is, of course, the articulation again, but this was released in 2002. So, personally, and we will not complain about the old school articulation, but I think that for young players, that might turn them off because they play with new if they play with new Glatorians, there are really nothing in similarities between Glatorian articulation and this one Glatorian, so it can be disappointing. But for me, I've gone with them, so it's not really a problem. And the second problem I have is the mask, but again, this is a matter of a point of view for the mask. Some people will like it and some not. Personally, I'm not really a fan of this one, as you have understand. But still more articulated than the other Toa, so it's kind of nice. And I especially like his tools, kind of original. But I think that the Nuvas got nice weapon usually anyway. And I think that's all, so I'm gonna do a little group pictures. Before that, I'm just gonna show you something canoe related, because okay, yes, I'm gonna do some group pictures, but okay, first, for those who have seen my canoe video review, I've just received a new canoe, which is a kind of a war one. This is the infected Onua, which exists in four shades, because the green is not the same on all the masks. So there exist 4 types of Onua, infected Onua, excuse me. I think this one is called green forehead because of this little stripe right here. So I just found this on Bricklink for those who want to know. And so I'm just gonna want to put this on Toa Gali Nuva. So that's just a kind of a little bonus, a little extra for this review. Like this, of course, it's kind of green and and it's from the first Bionicle movie when Taeus got hit by a Wakshi. So that's all. I'm gonna put on his regular mask and do some group pose and do a little sum up about the Nuvas. So I think you know what I think on them. They're kind of like the armored, bulkier Toas than the older one. They all bring with them the new armor parts and the silver parts in the canister set, but because before them there weren't any silver parts in canister set, so they bring this stuff with them. Also, they are not really different than the older shape because they share the same body and some arms and legs. But still, I think one of the good points about this one is the fact that they are all different still. I know that the armor, chest armor and shoulder armor makes them look make them look like they're all the same because they share all the same parts or the same silver parts. But if you look closely, you will see that they're all different, like the older ones. So I think that's really a good point. They keep that and they were not doing some baroque stuff and yeah, they do not decide to clone the Toa. So I think that's quite nice. And I thank Lego for that. So yeah, it's missing Lewa. So it's okay if the right there. And here you go. For the all Toa Nuvas united. And again, so yeah, the drawbacks mainly are the articulation, but because it's normal because they were used in 2002, and some of them got quite nice articulation, like for example Poatu or Onua. I like the fact that the legs can be put in front or in back. Yeah. Also drawback is the fact that they may be too close to the original Olda, but still it's nice because we can clearly see that. Okay. We can clearly see that they are the same characters. And the good part is the fact that they're all different. Yes, another main drawbacks is their mask because I think that they will not please everyone because of their aspect and their atypical organic style. I think I'm going to put some more book right there. Excuse me. Like that. So yeah, it cannot please everyone, I think, the mask. But apart from that, there are still good Toas with some armored and nice tools. And still I like the diversity and the way they are all kind of unique like the older ones. So I think that they are quite nice Toa, in fact. And to finish this review, I'm just going to do a little group picture with their older form because I've not shown the Oldas in all my reviews. Oh, yeah, like that. Kind of dangerous pose like this with a sword between your crotch in a way. So I'm just gonna do a little 12 Toa group pictures, and that will all with my Nuva's review. I will show you, of course, a nicer point of view. Yeah, like that. And here we go. The 12 Toas released between 2001 and 2002. So with Toa Gali, Onua, Tau, Kopaka, and Poatu. Onua, excuse me. Before the introduction of the new Toa, which will be the Toa Metru. So yeah, I hope you. I'm just gonna do a little like that. I hope you enjoy all my reviews on the Toa Nuva and also the Toa Olda. And if you have any comments or constructive criticism, just post them. I will read this. And I think that's all. So I hope you enjoy these reviews. And see you later for another Bionicle video review. Bye bye.